Okay, so now we have that Laconian axe on Odin, which is wonderful, and that will mean that we no longer have to hear those terrible, terrible laser gun noises anymore, so hooray for that. So really, there's only a couple of things left that we need to collect before we can go off to fight Lassic, and all of those exist on the planet Dezoris. So what I'm going to do is head back to Gothic, get on the plane, and then I will see you guys perhaps once we get out that way. We have a couple of more caves to visit, a couple more items to collect, and then we're really going to be done, which is kind of crazy to think about since we've been on this adventure for such a long while together. But yeah, I'm going to get back up there, and I will see you guys on the wintry planet. Okay, so we're going to get into our spaceship, and we're going to head up to Skjur. And from there, now that we have the ice digger especially, there's a lot of little places that we have not yet been able to explore that we can finally have a look through. So we're going to go back through some of these caves that we've been into as well, just to get back up to some of the other parts of the mountains and have a little wander. And typically we're going to wander, I guess, westward, if we're considering to the left, the west. And when we do that, we're going to find some caves and little spots that we have not yet explored. So it's going to be pretty good. There's some really great stuff that's coming our way, including the rest of the Laconian items, which I think we only have one more of, and then some other things that we need to be able to finish the game. Look at us now, we're just slaughtering Dezorians. At least before, we used to only murder evil heads, you know, but these are the actual guys, like the native Dezorians that we visited up in Twin Town, which is kind of good because they're kind of a bunch of jerks. They are notorious liars, so I'm not saying that people that lie deserve to be murdered, but in fictional Phantasy Star land, they certainly do. Oh, look at that. Yeah, so what we're going to do is head through those series of caves again until we're able to head to the left. And you might recall last time we went into the Goron Morgue, which was away from the beaten path on the way up to Twin Town. So we're going to head back in that general direction again. So there's a few things that people have told us about that we're finally going to be able to fulfill, like visiting the Altiplane Plateau, for example, where the Lierma trees are, and then there's also other items like the prism that somebody told us about that allows us to see other worlds. We're going to track that down too. So, along with other stuff. But yeah, only I think 2 or 3 more cave dungeon-like locations. So I'm going to head into the caves, and I will see you guys at the first possible place that there's going to be somewhere to explore, so that you don't have to watch me wander around in this place again. So I'll see you guys on the other side. Okay, so we are past the cave where we fight all the white dragons. So this is where we want to start exploring. So normally to continue up to Twin Town, we'd head to the right and head up over in that general direction, but now we're going to go to the left instead, because there's some good stuff over here that we definitely want to try to find and run into here. And I must say, fighting up here has been wonderful without stupid Odin's laser gun noises. It is so much more peaceful and less headache-inducing, to say the least. So over here, there should be a little cave that we need to track down. And we're going to go on in there and head off to our first little discovery adventure. I think you can also use your ice digger around here as well, and we'll fiddle with that afterward, but I know that there's a cave that we need to go into, to say the very least. And that's going to help us to get those items that we so desperately need to finish the game. So yeah, there was a guy at one point that said you need all the Laconian items in order to help in your fight against Lassic, because Lassic is afraid of Laconia, which makes sense. So we have one more thing that we need to get from that set. Isn't this the most peaceful battle you've heard in a long time? The only downside is that Odin doesn't do damage to every enemy in the enemy party, but he does a significantly higher amount of damage to one enemy, so that's nice. He's finally becoming a little bit of a powerhouse this close to the end of the game. Better late than never, that's what I say. And there's a lot of enemies on the way to where we gotta go, so we're gonna have to make sure that we're watching everybody's HP so that we don't end up in dire straits. The only downside to this area is that there's nothing around. You know, if you end up in trouble and you have to heal badly and you're running low on MP, you really have to cast Fly and see wherever you went into a church last and hope that it's not too far away. But I guess as long as it's on Dezoris, it's not so bad, because you either end up in Skur or in Twin Town, which are really 2 sets of caves away from where we are. So, it's not the end of the world, it's just time consuming. It's definitely one of the more remote areas in the game, which makes it a little bit more of a challenge, I suppose. And these guys are going to try to give us more flashlights. I feel like they're the flashlight salesman of Phantasy Star. I'm not even going to open this chest. No thanks. I don't want to have to deal with, your inventory is full, would you like to drop something? And then I have to like fight the good fight. Okay, there's the cave we want. You know what? I don't even want to fight you guys, because you're just going to peddle flashlights to me. Oh no! Oh god, I hate this fight. We'll try to fight him anyways. We definitely need to try to level up a little bit. And I'm sure we'll do enough leveling over the next little bit, but it's a tough stretch to the end, I can say that much. Okay, let's pop in here and see where we end up. Okay, whereabouts are we? Aha! Another plane, you say? Right on, so we've taken a little trip to a new plane. And we're gonna find some good stuff over here. I hope. I hope we live. We're not running terribly low on HP right now. I'm not, like, super worried about it. And I haven't even healed yet since we left, but it's a little bit nerve-wracking, to say the least. So over here, there should be a couple more things that we can head in and have a look at. That fight I don't even really want to bother with, because that's just a big HP suck there. Oh, that's a bigger HP suck. 5 mammoths at 180 HP apiece. That's a lot. These magicians are also a risky bit for this exact reason. They have that same terrible spell that the Marauders cast that can be fairly devastating. We've got it kind of under control, but not as under control as I would like it to be. Okay, I should actually heal my party because I'm getting to be a little bit nervous. We'll do some healing with Meow here just because why not? I know with Noah I want to keep some of his MP just in case we run into a super tough enemy. There we go. That's a little better, right? So we'll go down first. We'll see what's over here. It's just like magicians galore up here. I remember the first time I ever wandered up this hill. It was so terrible because I was not ready. Like when I did my stream, I did it in a different order. And I wandered up here much earlier on and then I had to leave. I was like, okay, see you later, Dezoris, because this is just awful. Yeah, these guys were hitting way too hard, and it was way too stressful for me. But yeah, you get accustomed to the level of difficulty with these enemies, and you kind of come to know what to expect, so it's not so bad. But on a first playthrough, it's definitely overwhelming, because you're like, oh, do I just need to go grind for a while, when really there's so many other places that you can go and explore in the meantime to get to where you need to be to come here. So there should be like some kind of warning from Hapsby that says, don't go to Skier right away, make sure you go to Uzo first instead, or something, you know, like a strong recommendation to go to Uzo first. But yeah, you live and learn, I guess. So hopefully this has felt a little bit more almost like a natural progression for this game, rather than me needing to go around and grind and scratch my head and whine like I did while I was streaming this. Oh, blue slimes. I really like their little waggles. They're definitely, although their animation is so simple, one of the most interesting ones. Because, I mean, you see slimes in other games, like I talked about the ones in Dragon Warrior before, but even in other games, like in the Zelda series, for example, and you're just like, what is this? Like, this guy says, be careful up ahead. At the break in the road, go to the left. And if you've been paying attention to my not-so-subtle hints this entire time, you may recall that these guys are terrible liars. So I haven't tried it out myself, but I've heard that if you do go to the left, it's a really bad time, like you fall down a pit and then you're in Doomsdale, essentially. So we're not going to listen. We're going to go to the right and we're going to fight our way through this place into that general direction instead. So, oh, and we're going to have a fight with this dragon first. And we're going to fight most of the fights in here, even though they're going to be some tough ones, because we really do need to do some leveling before we get into this last leg of the game. I had a really hard time with the end of the game with Alice at level 25, and she's still only at level 23, so we gotta get her up there a little bit more. I don't think I would be able to make it past that last fight without her being at least level 25. So we definitely have to make sure that we make that happen, or else we're gonna be in trouble. A frost man. I think we've been running away from the Frost Brethren for a long while, eh? I don't think I fought a Frost Man yet. I know I run from at least 2 of them, but I just have no interest in fighting them. They're so evil. This makes me want to watch that terrible Batman movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. And I only call it the terrible Batman movie because I haven't seen it myself. So, if I've hurt anyone's feelings, I haven't actually watched it. Okay, so we're gonna head through this place. If this is the place I'm thinking of, it's just like a lot of tiny hallways for a long time. Oh, hey, buddy. See you later, back in the world of the undead. Oh, spear me, will you? Well, I can understand that after my insults. Okay, we gotta heal up Noah here. It's hurting pretty bad. Okay. So yeah, lots of little hallways, and then eventually we're gonna, I think, if I recall correctly, have to branch out and do some stuff. This was the fun cave, I remember. I'm like, this is great! I don't have to think too hard. So wonderful. Yeah, the only thing you have to make sure in here is that you don't get turned around and go the wrong way, which is practically impossible in these tiny hallways, but as we get up in the floors, the areas get a little bit bigger. So sometimes it's easy to get turned around and end up going back down the wrong staircase, sort of thing. But we're gonna try really hard not to do that, because that's just no fun. Okay. No, I don't want to fight you. I think we could make it, but like I said, it feels like a big HP suck. Run away. Okay, good. We made it. Alright. Now where are we? All of a sudden we have branching paths. So I'm gonna try to remember where we're going. It's always hard when you keep getting interrupted by different fights. I can't remember now if these stalkers are the hardest of the skeleton enemies, but they're definitely feeling like they're tough to get through. Maybe it's just because I'm not at all sure how far we are or what's left. That's the thing with these areas, eh? You never quite know. Let's try this way. White dragons. Okay. I'll fight you, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna like it. Yeah, these guys are really good for experience, which we definitely need for now, like I was saying, so we're gonna try to fight them as often as we possibly can. Oh man, Alice is getting beaten down pretty hard too. White dragon is killed. White dragon had a treasure chest. Okay, I'll open that. Thanks so much. Okay. Meow. How about your buddy? Oops. I want to do meow again to heal meow. Okay, great. We're almost out of meow's MP. Isn't that fun? And I don't think I've gotten turned around yet. I don't think. I guess we'll find out. I think we have one more tower to do, so I'm excited for the tower music to make its triumphant return. This music's okay, but I much prefer the tower music. It's much more exciting. I'm sure you guys would agree. Yeah, white dragon fights right now are super welcomed. Okay, I will open that. Thank you. So much money, too. We still have to buy Alice another piece of equipment as well. I think she can get one more armor upgrade. And I think her armor's in Paseo, if I'm remembering correctly, so we'll have to take a little detour at some point back to Uzo and then try to find Paseo again on the desert planet there to find what we've got to find. Yeah, because that'll definitely help us out. We need as much help as we can get. Frostman. We have fire spells that I just never seem to try. Alice has all this magic that I never use. Let's use her magic for fun. I'm just curious how well it's gonna do. Ah, it didn't even do very much at all, considering this man is made of ice. That reminds me so much of another game. It's a point-and-click game for PC that I played a long while ago called Fable, and no, not the same Fable that you might know for the Xbox 360, for example. But this Fable is about a guy named Quickthorpe who goes on an adventure through a whole bunch of different places, and I'm not going to spoil too much at all, but there's one enemy that you fight, and it's an Iceman, and you get this oil, you pick up oil at some point, and you have to throw it on him. And his line is so funny. He says, "Oil? I hate oil."
You poured oil on me, you idiot! I hate oil!
And it's like, who are you, voice actor man? Like, I want to meet you and shake your hand for the most interestingly weird delivery of a line ever. Sounds like he's so sad. Like, why does he hate oil? He's made of ice. Like, when would he have ever had any use for oil? That's what I want to know. Anyways, that's what that reminds me of. I should probably do a playthrough of that game again sometime. It's pretty funny. It actually has really kind of salty humor, and it's worth the play through. It's really well written and well done, and it's all, I think, hand drawn, so it's pretty fantastic. Can't really go wrong with that. Okay, more stairs. I think we're going the right way. I don't recall running into a hallway that felt quite like this. It's weird, right? Like, when hallways start to feel a certain way. You know you're on the right track when. So funny. Okay. We've got to be getting close to the end, because I feel like this place is not supposed to be a long place. The longest place we have left to do, I feel, is the Corona Tower. I feel like it was only long because I fell through the floor so much. Every time I say that, I feel like I'm some 9 million pound person who's just like, I fell through the floor. But I'm not, I promise. But yeah, like just falling through pits in these dungeons. Like literally fall through the floor. Whenever I go back to edit my videos and I hear myself say that, I just picture myself as like this gargantuan person falling through the floor. I wonder if there's like some kind of cartoon from my childhood that's embedded in my brain that happens in or something. I have no idea. I don't want your stupid flashlights. I'm like flashing back to that Robin Williams face stuck in a floor. Is that Jumanji? Or something like that? I don't even know. I don't watch a lot of movies, so I feel like I never quite know for sure. I always put these questions out there to people. Is this Jumanji? Hopefully you can tell me, because I don't know. I just feel like I can think of Robin Williams' face being part of a floor for some reason. And I don't quite know why. What did I want to do? Heal Meow. Okay, and I'm also gonna heal Noah. Ooh. Okay. Because who knows what's coming. Ooh, a door. Alright, this is good news. I like when there is a door, because that means that we're done. Alright, use dungeon key. Doo-doo. There is a treasure chest. Sure, I will open it. Ooh, the Laconian shield. I will drop something. Yes. Imagine I pick no. I will drop a flashlight. Great. Okay, so we've got that. I think that's the last of our Laconian items. So if we have a look here, Alice has the sword, and I think we're going to give her the shield as well. And then Odin has the axe and the armor. So pretty cool. I'm going to equip that right now onto Alice, because she deserves it. There we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is use... will I use the flute? I don't know. I might try to fight my way back out. And, maybe not. Maybe I'll just use the flute, because we are trying to conserve some HP here. So, I will see you guys on the outside.